Bit of a different video for you guys today. So, 2 days ago, got blood work done and already the results are in. So we're gonna go over blood work and just touch over the things that are out of range and the things that I'm taking right now in terms of the supplement stack and what I've taken pretty much year round for the most part. So yeah, this is gonna be going over my health supplements that I take. It's gonna be going over androgens, what I take right now, which is gonna be testosterone enanthate and Proviron, and then the health bits that I take to keep bloods within check, but also what I'm going to do to try and improve certain aspects of my bloods. So we are going to get into the bits that are out of range. Looking through blood results and looking through the markers, pretty much everything's within range. So I got my bloods done, eval blood analysis, so it's always a fucking mouthful, that. It's always a fucking mouthful. Eval blood analysis. Yeah, so they've got like places all around the country dotted about. So they've got some up north, down south, Midlands. So if you want to get your bloods checked privately and you want to pay to get them done to make sure that certain things are in check, please do. Now, if you're taking anabolic steroids or you need to get blood work done. You need to make sure that you're looking after your health. If you take androgens, anabolic steroids, performance enhancing drugs, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and you don't get your bloods done, what are you doing, bruv? Are you asking for yourself to be in a bad situation with your health? Like, you're throwing a needle in a haystack by, well, literally putting a needle in yourself and just hoping that it works out for the best. You don't know what needs to be fixed, you don't know where your baseline markers are. And this is a bit off topic, but it's not off topic, it's a bit of a tangent. I won't really going to mention this, but when I first started using anabolic steroids, right, I was fucking dumb. Do you know why? Because I didn't get my bloods checked. I didn't know where things were. I didn't know what supplements I needed to take. I didn't know where my testosterone levels were, my total testosterone, my free testosterone. I didn't even know where those things sat. Yeah, I decided to go get vials of testosterone and put in an amount that I shouldn't have been taking in the first place for my first ever cycle, which for me was 500 milligram per week, which is dumb. Spread over 2 injections across each week. Fucking stupid. I ended up in a bad way in terms of my spots. Okay, I'm quite acne prone anyway, and my skin was just out of control. So, first of all, don't take any anabolic steroids without even doing any research or without any help. And don't just think it's as easy as doing that. Technically it is, you just put it in your body, but it's not that easy, it's not that simple. You've got to make sure that you understand what you're taking and why you're taking it. But please do get your blood work done beforehand. You need an understanding of where your baseline markers are to know if certain things start to go out of range whilst you're taking. There are protocols and supplements that you can put into place to help things go back within range or bring them down closer to the range, okay? Now, obviously with my blood results, based off the supplements that I take year round, based off the health stack that I currently have, everything seems to be within a decent spot. Apart from urea, which it's only slightly elevated, and it's pretty much generally a result of a high protein diet or dehydration. So the day that I got my test done, I weren't fasted, I had 2 meals, I had 2 litres worth of water, and I had the test done at about 1 p.m. So it's definitely not down to dehydration. It's down to probably the fact that I had 2 meals, a pre-workout meal and a post-workout meal, and both contained 50 grams of whey in each. So high protein diet is going to be the cause of that for me. And obviously the amount that I have on a daily basis, we're talking about 240 to 270 grams of protein per day. So decent amount of protein, so that is going to be the reason for that. HDL, that's the one realistically that I need to get in check. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that I've not had the supplement in to help fix this, right, or to keep this in check. So my HDL or cholesterol ratio is 4.13. The range that you want to be within is under 4, right? I'm slightly above. So Lipid Max is going to do the trick. So if you are not familiar with a supplement brand called Strom, hopefully you can see that. No, you can't really see that, but I'm going to put it on the screen anyway. Lipid Max, good little tool that you can utilize to help with your cholesterol. and make sure that that stays within, or it stays in check. So if you are someone that does get your bloods checked and your cholesterol's out of range, then definitely get yourself some Lipid Max from Strom. Again, not sponsored by them specifically, but I've got a link in the bio to Ultimate Fitness for You, which is the supplement brand or the supplement company that I'm sponsored by, and they do have Lipid Max on the website. So check them out, get yourself some, but first of all, get your bloods done. Testosterone elevated as a result of testosterone use. So my testosterone is 29.38. The natural range is between 8.64 to 29. Now, obviously I've been on TRT for the past 8 weeks now, 9 weeks. So my range, my TRT, what I'm on currently, I would consider it more of a sports TRT. Is it true TRT? Clearly not, because I'm just above the range. And I'm taking 150 milligram of testosterone enanthate per week. Now, that's split across 3 jabs, or 3 injections. Now, if I wanted to get within that range or get back into the normal range and where it's supposed to sit, then all I would do is lower the dosage down. But for me, I'm going to be keeping it where 150 milligram is, 150 milligram a week, because I want to just stay within the range where I'm at the higher end of natural. Because for me, that's generally where I keep it at to maintain muscle mass during this period where there is no performance enhancing drugs in use, and I want to make sure that I'm still able to build muscle during this period, even when there are no performance enhancing drugs involved. Okay, now food is obviously going to play a massive role in muscle building. Training is going to play a massive role in that. Recovery is going to play a massive role in that. My sleep, my stress, everything is going to play a massive role in that. But my ability to keep my testosterone, total testosterone levels a little bit higher is also going to play a role. So I do keep that 150 milligram per week. But like I said, if I wanted to bring that down and back within the normal range and I want to go on true TRT, I'd probably drop it down to about 125 milligram per week. So yeah, that's my bloods. They're the things that are out of range. When it comes to the other things or the other markers, now they all seem to be within range. They all seem to be fine, and there's not really anything that's like a cause of concern. So I don't really need to worry about anything else. But let's get into the supplement stack and what I'm taking right now. So we have got first on the list, which I mentioned I'm going to start taking and stop being a lazy cunt, is Lipid Max. So that is obviously to bring my cholesterol in range and to make sure that I get it back down into the normal range. So that's going to be a daily staple now. The issue is I usually leave it till the back end of the day, right? You know them ones when you leave something to the back end of the day and it never gets done, right? Well, that's that, right? So I'm going to start making sure that I just take it in the morning, have my HydroFlow, take my health supplements that I normally take, and then have a separate drink with Lipid Max where I either take it with me wherever I go, or I bring it upstairs when I'm doing work and I drink it while I'm working. Simple, just get it done. And then I'll take some glutathione as well, which is something I've not actually brought upstairs. But glutathione is just a powerful antioxidant. It's probably one of the most powerful antioxidants that you can get on the market. And again, that is by Strom, Glutathione Max. Link in the bio if you want to get any supplementation, get it from there. Carded liver oil. Now, this is the other supplement that I take. So this in itself, supporting heart health, reducing inflammation, boosting vitamin A and D levels. Folic acid. That is the next one. This one is going to help with supporting red blood cell formation, helping with ALT, and also helping with brain health, brain function, and mental well-being. Supposedly, but again, obviously this ain't going to be in blood markers. This is not something that you can check through blood work. It's just generally meant to be seen to help with your mental well-being. How true that is, I don't know. I've not looked into the studies regarding that, but that's what it does technically, or is meant to do. But the main reason why I took it or started taking it in the first place was because the last time I got my blood work done, my ALT was elevated, but now it's within range, and conveniently I've been taking that every single day. Vitamin D3 and K2, so this is 5,000 IU of vitamin D3, and then we've got vitamin K2 in there. So this is a great mix. I take this again on a daily basis. That'll help promote heart health, reduce osteoporosis and bone density, and it'll boost your immune function and help regulate inflammation. So yeah, another great one to take. And I think, to be fair, if you're living in the UK and you're living in England, you get, like, let's consider the weather here. We're not getting a bunch of vitamin D3, are we? We're not getting a bunch of vitamin D. So I think this should be within anyone's diet. If you're from a country like the UK, if you're in America, you're probably blessed. If you are watching this from the USA, I'm not jealous in the slightest, you're a prick. But, joking. Vitamin D3 and K2, now, if you are from the UK, then definitely get this in as a daily staple. Anywhere between 5,000 IU to 10,000 IU is generally going to be good. Don't go to somewhere like Holland & Barrett and buy vitamin D3. Why? A lot of the time, when you are buying those type of supplements from Holland & Barrett, the dosage is going to be a little bit shit. When it comes to supplements on the market, Supplement Needs and Strom and Contour Sports typically tend to be the ones that I'd go for, or even Trained by JP when it comes to health supplementation based off their dosages. You can't get them in Holland & Barrett. When you look at the health subs, what you could get in Holland & Barrett, when you actually look at the dosages, they're not that good. They're not that great. And it doesn't necessarily dictate. It's like getting a multivitamin from Tesco. Like, if you actually look at the panel of a multivitamin in Tesco or fucking Asda or Morrison's or wherever you're going to go, a general supermarket, they're generally quite shit. So get yourself some decent supplements off an actual supplement website from brands that are going to be renowned to check the dosages and make sure that they are where they need to be to actually cause any benefit. So Supplement Needs, Strom, Contour Sports, Trained by JP typically tends to be the ones that I would go for. Next, we've got levothyroxine T4. So this is to help my thyroid. So what you'll notice is my thyroid is just above it's just above low. It's pretty much bang on within range. And I do take this year round, just to make sure that I keep my thyroid in check. Will I drop it at some point? Yeah, I want to see if I take it out, what that's actually going to do. I've kept it in post-prep. Reason being, I didn't actually keep it in last year when I prepped. And what I noticed instantly, there was a few things. My energy levels dropped massively. I gained a lot of body fat very quick. My metabolism obviously took a massive hit. And the one thing that your thyroid is going to help navigate is going to be your metabolism. It's going to make sure that you keep things in check regarding that. So if your thyroid dips and your thyroid is low, energy levels are going to be low, motivation is going to be low, mood is going to be a little bit lower. You're not going to feel great, and it also will play a negative role in your metabolism as well, which is what caused me to gain a lot of fat quite quickly. Whilst this time I haven't. I've kept things pretty stable, so that's going to be staying in for now. I will potentially drop it soon, just to see how my body reacts now. I've got a little bit more body fat, now everything's regulated, now my metabolism's in a good spot as well. And I know my metabolism's in a good spot, that was a mouthful, because things are regulated now. I can have an off-plan meal. I can have a Domino's pizza when I want something off-plan, something dirty. The other day, for example, yeah, for my off-plan, I had a Domino's. Bearing in mind, I didn't have two of my meals on that day, okay? But I had a large Domino's. I had a pizza, obviously, chicken strips, potato wedges, and 4 cookies. I dropped 2 pounds the next day. If I did that post-show and I only ate that in the day, I'd have probably gained 6 pounds. So it just kind of shows you that my metabolism's sort of regulated now, which is good. Next, Support Max. I do keep this in year round. Now, this is generally going to be an on-cycle support. A lot of guys will take this whilst they're on cycle, but I feel like it's a bit of a staple for me year round. Just with what it's got in it to help with heart health, liver health. I believe it helps with your kidney as well, and your stomach, so your digestion. This, and it's also very powerful in terms of the antioxidants as well that it's got inside of it. So yeah, I take that year round, and I do feel like it plays a massive benefit when I'm off anabolics as well, compared to as well as being on. So yeah, it's not something that I ever take out anymore. I keep it in year round just to make sure that I keep things in check. So yeah, that is another one. Multimax. Next one. This is a little bit new to the stacks, so I just wanted a decent multivitamin. Not one of your ones that you get from Tesco, not one of the ones that you get from your supermarket or Holland & Barrett. I wanted a decent one, and again, that's by Strom. So that's a new thing. Do I know if that's playing a massive benefit to things right now? I don't know, to be honest, but let's go through the panel. Vitamin A, vitamin B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12, vitamin C, D3, E, K2, calcium, chromium, picolinate, iodine, optizinc, which is just zinc, selenium, and lycopene. Do I know what some of those are? Not everything. And again, this is where I like to be transparent, yeah? I'm never going to claim to be an absolute expert right now in blood work. I'm not going to claim to be an absolute expert in certain aspects of things, because you live and you learn. But the point is, I get my blood work done frequently so that over time I can get better at these things. I can understand these things in a bit more detail, and I also have people around me that are very fucking knowledgeable that I can send these things to, that can keep me in check in a sense of, or educate me around these things. I'm open and honest about what I'm good at and what I'm not. Nutrition, training, they are my fucking fortes. When it comes to supplements, I'm still learning. When it comes to blood work, I'm still learning. But again, now I know it is something that I need to work on. It's something that I need to learn more about. So it's something that I'm going to fucking dig deep on over the next few months to make sure that I understand it fucking very well. Where I go eval, it's very good because they actually give you a summary. I want to understand this stuff myself in more detail. I've got enough books. There's enough knowledge and information out there on the internet. I've got some good people around me that I can learn from. So when it comes to actually learning more, it's going to be something that's going to be a priority for me over the next few months to make myself very fucking good at that particular aspect. I'm dealing with performance enhancing drugs for myself. So I need to understand these things in very good detail, regardless of whether I get a summary or not from the place that I get my blood work from. It's good to understand it yourself. It's good to understand it in detail. But again, this is why I think for most people, if you're going to get your blood work done, go to somewhere like eval where they do provide you with a summary of what to fix, what needs fixing, and also what could be the potential cause for things being out of range. Now, they'll ask you a bunch of questions which then they can cross-reference to the results. So if certain things are out of range and you've answered the question in a certain way, whether that would be with PEDs, recreational drugs, whether that be with hydration, whatever, they will then be able to cross-reference that. And then the summary that they provide will also dictate what they potentially see based off what you've said. So yeah, that's my blood work at the moment. That's me going through what is out of range. But like I said, everything else seems to be within range. Blood count seems to be great. Biochemistry seems to be great. Kidney function seems to be sweet apart from urea, but that's going to be down to my protein intake. Liver function's good. Lipids are in a good spot for the most part, apart from like HDL ratio, which is something that I'm going to help fix through Lipid Max. And testosterone is just out of range, just above that natural range. But again, I expected that with taking 150 milligram of testosterone per week. So yeah, that is my blood work. That's the interpretation of what is going on right now. That is where I'm at in terms of health. That is my health stack and the supplement stack that I'm taking on a regular basis daily. And yeah, obviously right now, what am I doing going forwards? We're not introducing anything just yet. In terms of any performance enhancing drugs. Now, what people tend to do from this point when they get the bloods and they're all good and they feel like they're in a healthy spot, that's when their drug usage potentially increases. I'm not doing that just yet. When will I start my off season in terms of introducing anabolics? Potentially at the start of December, but I'm still undecided. It's not really one of those things that I'm in a rush to do, and I said that in one of my previous videos. But for now, what I will do is continue with 150 milligram per week, continue with taking what I take right now in terms of health subs, and then just go about my days as normal, make sure that food intake is the same and nice and consistent every single day, continue with one off-plan meal per week. And if I do have anything else on top, it's generally going to be something small, a couple of rice cakes here and there, can't go wrong with that. Or I'll tell you what I've been doing. Right? If I've really, really craved something, but I've already had my off-plan meal for the week, right? What I'll do is got a Ben & Jerry's tub in the freezer, right? I've been getting a fucking spoon, spooning a couple of bits out, having that, but then pairing that with another meal. So, little tip for you, when you're dieting, if you are fucking ravenous, unless you're in prep, then just deal with it. If you're dieting in a fat loss phase and you're craving something and you feel like you're gonna cave, get something in that you can pair with another meal. Now, if you've got zero self-control, don't get a Ben & Jerry's tub, because last year I would have fucking nailed it. Now I've got a bit more self-control, so I can have a couple of spoonfuls and then put it back in the freezer, then have another meal, right? But if you've got self-control, you can do certain things like that and still make progress as long as you are still within a deficit across the week. If you're on prep, fucking deal with it. Because then that just needs to stay consistent as fuck. You need to be in pure robot mode for that. But yeah, that is going to be the video, guys. Hopefully you found that one useful. I'm never going to claim to be an absolute expert in interpreting blood work yet, but it is something that I will, especially still being in my early days of like anabolic usage as well, and still being in my early days of getting blood work done. It's not like it's something that I did right at the start, as I fucking mentioned. It's not something that I was clued up on when I first started because I was a fucking idiot. So I just want to make sure that I'm educating you lot now around what it is that you need to do, whether you're natural or whether you're enhanced. You need to get your bloods done. You need to understand if you are healthy and what supplements you need to potentially put in to be able to fix certain things. And the best way to do it is privately. If you can fix your lifestyle, if you can fix your diet, if you can improve your sleep, if you can reduce your stress and your overall cortisol levels and things like that, certain aspects of your bloods are probably going to improve. If you can implement certain supplements alongside a healthier lifestyle, alongside your diet, that could potentially put things back within range. But that's why you need to get it done privately. It costs money, but it's worth it to understand if you're going to be in a healthy position, or if you are in a healthy position, or if you're taking supplements that you don't fucking need and you've got certain things that's way out of range and it's because you're taking something and it's too high. That's me waffling now. That's going to be the video, guys. Hopefully you found that useful. That is my blood work, health supplements, my current anabolic usage. And yeah, if you found that useful, if you like the video, drop it a like. And if you're new around to the channel, if you are new to the channel, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. But yeah, plenty more videos to come, and I'll catch you in the next one.